Hello, everybody. We're really not ready, but it's a go. Okay? We're going to run with it. We're going to go with it, and you're just going to have to bear with us. And, deal. Hey,
Yeah.
welcome.
We're doing good.
Deborah?
And Lori. So, what was I going to say? We kind of been having a little fun. Tom and Carrie are away.
Yes. You know,
They went
the cat's
down.
away.
Yeah. They went down to Babylock Tech.
Yes.
And so they've been sharing giving us little sneak peeks. We have to wait until they get home to get all the good news.
Exactly.
But they are so excited down there. They got to see the new embroidery machine. And I think Carrie got to play on it.
Well, she did say she's got a lot of new ideas. So
Yeah. Which we're scared for.
yeah, well,
It's more work for us.
sometimes new ideas create more projects.
Well, no, yeah, it creates more work. No, the ideas are going to be great. It's
Absolutely.
just implementing. It's going to be, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So there's the new embroidery machine from Babylock, and then there's the new serger.
Yes.
It's like got the new cover stitch with creative top cover stitch. I have no idea what that means.
No,
It sounds
no.
really fancy. So
But we will know maybe next week.
we'll know when we come.
We'll have a little more info.
Yes, we'll have definitely some more info. I think some on the website, Carrie's posted a couple promotional videos from Babylock, and they may be related to those things. So check that out. The new Applaud, which may be the new machine, I don't know. Carrie says it is shipped and it will be in the store next week.
Yes.
So if you want to take and check out what the new Applaud is, come on in.
Also,
Yeah, you can see where
our backdrop there.
it is. How can you tell fall's coming?
Yes.
Because
new machines.
we've got new machines coming in. We had a ton come in yesterday.
Yeah.
Some of them are pre-ordered, but some of them are going to be, on the floor. We've
Yes.
got more machines coming in for floor models and stuff like that. Like
It is going to be fun for the
we
next
planned
3 weeks.
on having the Grinch
Grinch.
quilt as our backdrop, but it got buried by machine. So hence
That was
why
bad
you see
planning on
just
my
like
part.
us above our chins.
Yes, exactly.
Because
yeah,
we did want you to see it. Because
we have a Grinch fabric explosion in the store.
if you are into the Grinch, or you know someone who is into Grinch, we have got so
Yeah, we got
much
you covered.
new Grinch
Yes.
fabric coming in. And so there's just about anything that you can do, like from tree skirts. There is
Yes.
a panel. I think there's only one or two left. I got
And
one.
there's an advent.
There's an advent calendar. There's a lot of basics and coordinating fabrics.
yeah.
So like you can do pillowcases, you can do table runners, you can do a quilt,
You just
whatever. But there's just so much Grinch fabric that it's
absolutely.
it's going to be
like
yeah.
come in if you know anybody who likes it.
Well,
Just-
my grandkids and Addie's likes Grinch, but out of them, Sam is obsessed with Grinch. He will watch Grinch in the summer.
oh yeah,
he
my grandkids
loves-
do too.
yeah.
They just every now and then they go, oh, let's watch the Grinch.
Yeah, and he's
So,
got his
yeah.
preference of which version he wants to watch.
Yeah, so do they.
And so it's
Yep.
just
So there we go. Come on in and have a look at that. Check out the new machines. Like, it is going to be a fun couple of weeks.
it is.
Yeah.
All right, class update tomorrow. Just a reminder, it's Kimberbell, Kimberbell Club. I was going to go the whole thing, but my brain is all over the place, and so it ain't happening. Kimberbell Club is tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah.
In Surrey. So in person and Zoom. Okay, so
The Surrey
if
one,
you
yeah.
haven't registered for either one, there's still time. For those who have registered for the Zoom one, I will send you out a link tomorrow, probably about an hour and a half before, just to make sure in case you've misplaced your link, because it is a little bit late due to
Yeah, the power.
the power outage last week.
Yeah.
So If you don't get it, reach out to me and I can fire it off to you. What else do we
Okay,
have?
upcoming classes. I just kind of kept it to the next month. So like reminders and just give you some heads up. The alien or mini bear quilt class for country folk is September the 7th. So that's next week, next Saturday. So anybody in Chilliwack interested in taking that one? The pictures
drive to Chilliwack because you missed the Surrey one.
That's right. Yeah, because it was full. So
yeah.
The tree skirt. I know some people have seen the tree skirt and
we can
they
hear.
want
All right.
one.
Try not to get dizzy, but we'll do a quick turnaround.
Quick
Look, there we go. Isn't it beautiful?
Is it almost at the usable stage? You know,
it
doesn't have the backing.
It doesn't have the backing on it, just because I wanted to get it up so people can see it.
To see it. It turned out absolutely
that
gorgeous.
one is the snowman one, but like we
Yes.
said, there's several different ones.
There's
So you can
the gingerbread,
the Christmas village.
right.
Those three. I'm positive there's another one, and I can never remember.
I can't remember what it is.
The other one.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
just check. They're all pretty much done the same, so you don't have to. If you're not into collecting men, the snowy kind, you can do any of the other ones because the concept is pretty much the same. I got a pokey in my eye. The concept is pretty much the same, and we're just going to learn it. The first class is about getting the fabric. Well, hopefully you'll have the fabric. Talking about different ways you can do the different appliques, all those kind of stuff, and getting it together, proper hooping, yada, yada, yada. And then the second class will be to put the backing on. So it is. Then the best thing about it with two classes, it keeps you focused because then you have to have all the pieces done by the time the second class rolls around. Or try to.
It kind of, each panel takes a little bit of time. There's no doubt about that. But it is definitely worth it when you see the finished product. It's like, and I'm just trying to picture these under somebody's tree, so that you can, I don't really put up a tree, but I did make a type of one for my daughter, and this will be her first year to put it up. So I can't wait until it goes up so I can see it under the tree to see what it does for everything.
And then just an FYI, that is the biggest one. I did the big one because I have really tall trees. So I have a tall tree in my house because of the tall ceilings. And so that's the biggest one. Yes. It does come in 4 sizes.
Yeah. You can do, it starts at what, 5x7?
Maybe. I'll have to look because I don't but
because it goes up. Yeah, you can.
I'm not sure what the smallest hoop is. I can't remember off the top of my head that it uses, but there is 3 hoopings in each one. So.
Yeah. Okay, so that you don't have to do it that size. Let's say you have an apartment-sized tree or a mini tree, or even, we were talking earlier, you could turn this into a table topper and put, if you have a small mini tree, or if anybody bought those plastic trees from Costco last year with the colors in them, like a lot of us here at the store did, it would fit perfectly in the center and just set off your table. It would just be gorgeous.
Yeah, you can definitely adjust it. Yeah. What else?
Then we're planning a panel.
Yes.
If you've ever looked at a panel, bought a panel, it's sitting there and you're wondering, what am I going to do? Here's a perfect example. This is started out as a panel, and then you need to, if you just want a wall hanging, then the panel's great. You just do it, quilt it, hang it. In this case, the persons that this is going to wanted it large enough to cover themselves up when they're lying down watching the Grinch. So it has been enlarged even beyond the pattern that I had used. You can pick patterns, or you can, make some creative changes. Like
the ideas that Sandy shares and can come up with, and if memory serves me correctly, don't quote me, but I think for this class you bring panels too if you've got some, and she'll help you come up with ideas. But
I'm not sure how that, like, I didn't check the,
I know in the past she's done that.
That's
So she's
right,
got a
yeah.
couple of different ways of doing the
Bring your
planner panel.
you'll talk about it.
But yeah, and she's lots of different
There's
ideas.
the tiger was a panel. Right there.
Yes. Yeah,
That-
we've got
that's
a couple of them.
yeah.
She used to have a whole bunch of them that were hanging
That's right,
around here.
yeah.
And people were surprised that they started off as a panel.
As a panel, yeah.
So she's got a lot of really good ideas that she'll share with you. She'll help you brainstorm. So it takes it from just being looking like a panel with a couple of borders
To a quilt.
to, you know,
Yeah.
amazing some of the stuff that she comes
Exactly.
up
The
with.
things that she's come up with has been, like, it just, you just kind of think, oh, wow. Like, and
You can do
sometimes you
that?
need help to get there, like
Yeah.
especially if you haven't expanded upon a panel before, and you're looking at it and you're going, oh, I love the panel, but it's just not enough. It is definitely a huge help to have someone show you what they did
Yeah.
to get it there.
And what you're looking for with doing measurements. and all that
Sandy's
kind of
great.
stuff. Yeah,
with,
she is.
with her panels. It's absolutely.
We have the Husqvarna event.
September the 27th in Country Folk,
And the
28th we'll be here.
Yes. Yes.
If you want to check it out, come on in.
And it isn't just, it's to celebrate Husqvarna coming in,
Yes.
but it goes beyond Husqvarna.
Yes.
We're going to talk about different feet that can be used, whole bunch of things, new tools that are coming in, like the iron, the Sonet.
The Memento,
The Memento?
it's their cutter.
Oh, yes. I should know that.
Yeah. It's and like we said, like the feet that she's going to show and accessories that she's going to show, most of the big brands have those, the same types. So it doesn't matter if you have a Babylock, a Janome, Elna, it doesn't matter. You will probably be able to find an equivalent. You're just going to get some ideas, and she's going to show us some things that you can do with those things.
And then Countdown to Christmas. Is this my class?
That's
That's what I thought.
October the 1.
October 1st. Okay, so in case you haven't seen it, this one is it's an advent calendar that is done a little bit different. And I don't know, did we put the picture? Yeah, we have put the picture up. It's a Designs by Juju. When we seen this, we all looked at it and we're going,
Yeah.
yeah. It looks very busy and very, we want to be polite.
We're
I
going
don't
to
know.
be polite.
We have to,
It
not
just-
our taste.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I find the picture does not do,
The design
justice.
Yeah, and sometimes that happens. Yeah.
I'm just finishing up my sample. I've got it pretty much, I've got the pockets done. It's just being finally assembled. So we'll get a store sample. But this one is one of those ones, because we do have a lot of panels that are tree skirts, Advent calendar.
yes.
I'm looking at the tree skirt. Advent calendars. Like we have a Grinch one, and we have like very specific themed ones.
Yes.
So like Grinch,
Yes.
Nativity, Santa or whatever. If you're not into those and still want an Advent calendar, this is the class that would be for you. It is an embroidery class because the pockets are created on the embroidery
Yes,
machine,
yeah.
and the little stars or ornaments for the tree are created in the embroidery machine. But the rest isn't. And so if you're kind of creative and want to figure out how to do it, you could kind of plan around it. But this one, you can then take this one and make it and gear it more towards your taste.
Yes.
So you want like a non-themed elegant one, because like we do have like a really gorgeous angel one, which could be very elegant. But if you want something that's more generic but more elegant, you could do this and pick, like I've got shimmers. I got the shimmer fabric for this one, for the tree and everything. It was beautiful. So you can do something like that. If you want to make it for kids and they're into trucks and you want to do a truck theme, you could do that, or ballet, or those kind of things. You want to do it for a kid who, loves orange. I don't know what you'd mix with orange, but anyways, but just very non-traditional colors of,
Yeah.
you know, pinks. You want to make it for a little girl and just
exactly.
really
Yeah.
explore those pinks because she can't get enough of pinks and purples. You can do this. So it is very, very versatile
Yeah.
in making something that is very like or preference specific.
Yeah. I always picture an advent calendar of that type being hung on the child's bedroom door.
Well, I did one for all of my kids, and it all hangs on their bedroom doors.
So that each morning they get up and they can just check what's in that. It just, to me, that kind of adds to the whole excitement of taking you up to the 25th. I think that's it. That covers us pretty much for the months.
Kind of things.
We're going to move into our demo today.
Okay, so...
Or not we.
Yeah, me. All right, so our demo today. So we get a lot of our topics by either people who've asked questions and we expand on it, things that we come across on our own. And I was on one of my different embroidery sites where, you know, we share ideas and everything. And I had seen this one embroidery. She was excited to share it. Like, she's excited to get into machine embroidery. She didn't have a local quilt shop. She's kind of isolated where she is. And so she's trying to learn this on her own. And she had done this block and she had spent a lot of time doing it, but she wasn't happy with it because it had all these puckering in it. And she's like, I don't know how to do it. And so she was very frustrated because she's trying to learn this new skill without, you know, help. And so sometimes when we do show things a little bit, or we see somebody do things, it's done on muscle memory. And we don't go take it a step back and show some of the technical
of how we got
there. We just assume people can see it. And on a screen like this, you can't necessarily see all of those things. So I'm going to show you, there's a lot of things that go into it, but I am going to show you the very, very basic of proper hooping, okay? There's different things with like different stabilizers and all this other kind of stuff, and we could talk for like 5 hours on that, and we're not going to. We're going to just keep this very short and sweet and simple, okay, about proper hooping, and I'm going to show you the difference, okay? So this is so painful.
I'll hold it while
you hold it.
So you're...
This is without proper hooping, okay? So I have done 2 identical ones. The pattern's the same, the fabric's the same, everything is exactly the same. The only difference is one is hooped properly and one is not. You'll notice, like, this one is a little bit extreme because I really didn't even try to hoop it properly. I just want to show you the difference. So when it's not hooped properly, you'll get these buckles. You'll get this pulling because that's what machine embroidery does. Like, especially you'll notice really bad around the hands here because that one is just straight thread. And so it went stitched this way and then it stitched this way and then it stitched this way. And every time it turns and does that difference to it, it pulls. That's what it's designed to do. It's the better your fabric is, so the higher quality your fabric is, you'll get a little bit less. And if you use very low quality or low thread count fabric, you'll get even more pulling. You'll get a lot more pulling. But this is why we use stabilizer, because there's not as much pull in that, but it stabilizes the fabric a little bit better, so it reduces that pulling. But it's not just because of the stabilizer. It is that it is hooped properly. You'll find more and more things are what we call float. We float it on top of it. We don't hoop it into the hoop. First of all, it wastes so much fabric.
Oh, yeah.
So much fabric. Because in order for my 5x7 hoop, if I was to hoop that fabric, I would have to cut it at, what did I cut it at? 10 by 12.
Something like that.
Yeah, 10 by 12 minimum. And if I'm cutting this down to a 5x7, I'm cutting off several inches of fabric that can't be used. And so that's why we float it. But floating then causes it to have a little bit more puckering.
Yes.
So I am going to show you the key to getting a good hooping
To look like this.
so you don't have, now you will get sometimes even with a little bit like this one,
there will be some.
a little bit, just simply because like I said, that stitching there went this way and that way. But a good iron, and once it gets put into its thing, it lays out. That, yeah, there's no help for that. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to tip this down so you guys can see my hoop. There is no help for it. Okay, there we go. We're going to just slide back here so I've got a little, okay. So you're going to remove this. Okay, now, different hoops are a little bit different. This is how we, with mine, sometimes they clip or whatever. Okay, you're going to take and put your stabilizer here. This one is the mesh cutaway. Yeah. Okay. Nice and thin. You'll find that this is the one that tends to be used more often. Okay. But there is your sticky back, and that one hoops a little bit different. I didn't bring that one. I've shown that in the past, but we can do that. Yeah. Then there's your tear away and your regular cutaway. Okay. And your wash away.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of keys with those other ones, and I'll mention it through. The habit is, especially if you are new to embroidery, is you just put that in there, you pop that down, okay, and then you tighten it, and
don't use your screwdriver, but she has to.
I do.
Her fingers.
I have, yeah. In theory, you probably shouldn't. This is why I want the other one. Yeah. But I can't tighten it because of my arthritis. So if you have arthritis, I use a screwdriver. You just have to be careful not to over tighten it.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why you don't want to use a screwdriver in general, because you'll over tighten it. Okay. So as you can see, I don't know how well you can see it, but this is very bouncy. This is not good. Yeah. It's very bouncy. This is not stable. This is no different than you just putting your fabric in there. This isn't doing anything, okay, other than letting you float on something, okay? How you want to make sure you do this. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this out. See, it's too tight. Well, not too tight, but it's where it needs to be. All right. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to take and do is when you put it in there, you want to try and make sure it's as flat as it can be, okay? And as you're putting in, you kind of want to pull, okay? And make sure that you pull. Now, if you're using a wash away or a tear away, you can't pull super hard, okay? Because the tear away will tear. Okay, so you want to tug it a little bit, but just want to make sure you do this. And you're doing this before you tighten. Okay, so you want it as flat as you can and as tight as you can before you tighten it. Okay, now without even tightening it, you can see that it's not as much bounce.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to do that, but that's not where you end. Okay, so nice there. Then you're going to tighten it. Again, not over tighten it, but you don't want to lose the hoop. Okay. Okay, so then you're going to kind of give it another little bit of a tug. I put my fingers on the hoop, hold it here, and tug it. Okay. So that I'm not popping that hoop. Okay. And I'm going to go all the way around. Okay. And as you can see, very little push on that. One last thing. Corners. I'm going to pop my corners. I'm just going to give them an extra push down because that's going to pull this. Okay. So you can see here that it's raised. Actually, I haven't pushed. Yeah. I don't know if you can see, but it's slightly raised. The inner hoop is slightly raised above the back part of the hoop. I'm going to push that down. Again, this is a little harder with arthritis, but you do it. And then now you can see on the back with the ones I did. So now the hoop is raised on the back higher than the hoop there. Okay. So then you can see, and I don't know if you guys can hear this. Let's see if we can hear it.
No. Well, maybe.
Maybe. You should have a drum sound, okay? Now, with wash away and tear away you'll probably be able to a little bit. But wash away, you might not quite get that drumming sound a little bit, but you want it tight. The tighter this is, the better, the more stable it is, because that's the whole point of stabilizer, is to make it stable. If it's loose, as things are pulled, your stabilizer gets pulled in, and then you get this, okay? You don't want your stabilizer pulled. I'm going to show you on the back, okay? Even though I have a couple of, like it looks a little bit here, if you look on the back where my stabilizer, oh, there we go. Let's see if we can get nice and close. I'm going to pop that up. Even if you can see, right, there is no pulling in my stabilizer anywhere, right? Because it was nice and tight. Here, it's popped up there. You can see pulling here. Like the stabilizer in and of itself has been pulled in, not just the fabric. Okay. So, oh, not that one. This one. That's why you want really good stabilizing. Yeah. Okay. The other key to it is you want to make sure you're using the right stabilizer. Okay. So the more dense the project is with the stitching, the more you want to stabilize it. Yes. Okay. If I was to redo this one again, this was a brand new, I seen it and I loved it. And so I'm like, ooh, I'll do this. If I was to do this one again, because of that really, really dense stitching there that goes one way and then another way and then a third way, I would actually use 2 pieces of stabilizer because it is really, really pulling. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The other thing is that you want to take and do is stabilize, especially if you're floating this, stabilize the back of your fabric. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. It's called, on the bolt, it's called SF101. And then Kimberbell has it, and it's called some, I've used SF101 longer, so that's what's in my head. It is fusible, something. I'm going to have to pull, I'm going to link it in. Good choice. In the thing. But Kimberbell has one. But it's pretty much the same thing. It's a fusible interfacing, non-woven? Woven. Non-woven. It's not woven, non-woven. I should have written this down because I know me. That's okay. It's like children's names. I don't remember children's names. Why should I remember this? I know what I use. I put this on the back of the fabric, and this is what it looks like, just so you can see it. So it's got rough stuff here, which is the sticky stuff, and then it's just, and you iron it on. What it does is it stabilizes the fabric here. So it also reduces pull here. I used it on the white so you don't get the shadowing from your background that comes up. And it makes it easier so that you don't get frayed edges. So there's a lot of reasons why we use it, and it just gives it a little bit of extra stability. Okay. So those are 2 things that I used to do, not use the SF101. If you look at like some of my Kimberbell quilts at the very beginning when I didn't use them, and then you see the newer ones with it, you can see a visible difference. Because the appliques lay flatter, which is nice. There's one. It's I'm going to pop this up so you guys can see us instead of just hear us. It was the summer beach one. Right. And I did a yellow polka dotted bikini on top of a navy blue background. And it shows through the yellow fabric. And so
okay.
you've got that shadowing, and so it's not quite as dramatic. And so hindsight, if I would have known then what I know
On
now,
your applique piece,
I would have used it, and then it stops that shadowing.
Okay.
So it's great. So it's
So even
twofold.
regular sewing, if you're doing applique.
Oh yeah, definitely with regular sewing. You just kind of have to watch because it does add a little bit of extra thickness.
Right,
But yeah,
yeah.
definitely, it depends on the type of applique that you're doing. But it stabilizes the fabric, because that is what you want to take and do to stop. So if you're getting those bumps, first off, check and make sure you have a nice tight stabilizer. Like your stabilizer is in there nice and tight. Second of all, make sure you've got sufficient stabilizer. Okay. If it's got really heavy stitching, even if it's in one place, double. Okay. Go for a heavier weight or a double. Okay. If you're unsure, stitch it out on just some regular fabric and see, because I was not sure how
Right.
dense that was. And once I stitched it out, I'm like, whoa, I should have. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're unsure, it's a new pattern and you're unsure, stitch it out on just and do a quick little stitch out, and you'll notice right there, okay, yeah, I need to do double stitch or double stabilizer. And then if you're floating your background, I use SF 101 or the Kimberbell equivalent, which on both, so that it just helps it to lay flatter. It gives it a little bit extra stability and makes it look nicer. And then if I'm doing an applique, especially a lighter fabric on a darker one, I will use it there. And if there's a lot of stitching on the applique, I will use it so that there's not a lot of pull that way either, because you'll still get pull from the multiple layers.
Poor little guy.
Yeah, I know. It was so hard to do. So, anyways, I gotta set it. It's my juju. There's the silly ones.
Yes, and then there's
and the what was the other one? There was silly. Another one. Anyways, like I said, I collect men, the snowy kind. I have to put that in there, otherwise my husband gets nervous.
well, they would.
Here's another sample with good hooping, like this one here. See how nice that is? There's a lot of heavy stitching on that, like with the whole seasons there, and not one pucker. Yes. All right. Yeah. So that's our thing.
That's us for
that's
this week.
our today. If you have if you have questions about stabilizing with your machine,
Or
I've
you've got
classes.
something you'd like to see us check out, like if you've got a problem, an idea, an issue, give us a call. We'll research it, we'll check it out, and we'll present it.
Add it to our list.
Yeah.
And so you might have some ideas that show
There
up.
you go. Yeah. There's as many ideas out there as there are people who sit in front of a sewing machine.
Yes.
So
All right. So
give us what you got.
yeah,
Okay.
have fun. Enjoy the last week of summer, because school starts next week. For some of us, that's yay. For other of us, that's early mornings. That's not
And
yay.
for some of us, it's just an extra day.
There's a lot of pros and cons.
Yeah.
School back, more people on the road.
Oh, well, that does, yeah. I'll leave, my commute will be extended by about 3-4 minutes. Oh, it's the best commute I've ever had.
Yeah.
I've had some wicked ones. So, yeah. Okay.
All right.
That's it
Have
for
a
this
great
week.
day. We'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.